Welcome, Recovery Warrior family, to the Recovery Warrior channel. A new day, new blessings. Woke up sober, woke up clean. We have another great episode on today. Stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I can't express enough how much I appreciate you guys. You know, if you're on the fence, if you're looking down, if you're about ready to jump, you don't have to. You know, there is help out there. All you have to do is reach out. My suggestion would be hit a meeting, maybe Google recovery in your area. You know, we are out there, us in recovery. We're here to help. We are located up in North Dakota. So today I woke up and it was like 25 below Fahrenheit, and that's cold. The real feel was like, I don't know, 43 or 44 below. So for those of you who are out there, you know, struggling, cold, I don't know what it may be, you know, just going through life, reach out, comment on my video, comment on my Recovery Warrior page on Facebook. New beginnings, reset, restart, refocus, start over every day, 24 hours, that's all you need to do. Tomorrow's a new day. So with that being said, without further ado, I have my sister Tia on. So she's going to tell us a little bit about the awesome life of living in recovery. Go ahead, Tia.
Hello, my name's Tia. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an addict. I'm in recovery today. Grateful and thankful to be in recovery. Let me see. Where do I start? I started using about 13 years old. I moved to Mulberry, South Dakota, and it was different from where I had grown up, my childhood, and it was a lot of, I didn't fit in, new friends, new atmosphere, and so I was trying to be cool. And with the parents that were in recovery, alcoholism was definitely bound to hit if I started drinking. So I started drinking when I was 13 years old. I had my parents were both in recovery. They went to AA. I went to my mother. She worked at a treatment center, and they were worried about me, so they put me in treatment right away because my drinking can progress really fast. I went to treatment in Huron when I was about 14. Right away my addiction started off really. It started off really hard, and so I went to treatment, came back, nothing changed, and
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you start drinking? I mean, was it curiosity? Was it?
It was trying to fit in.
Was
Trying to
it?
fit in, yeah. New friends. We moved during the summer, so I had no friends, and I met a couple people, and my parents were home and present, and their parents were, I don't know about where their parents were, but they were drinking. We were 13 years old, and I just started drinking.
So you experienced alcoholism at a young age. The
Mhm.
adults were doing it.
Nope, no adults. No adults were doing it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
no present parents around. My
Oh,
mom was
okay.
working, and it was just trying to fit in.
Yeah. Okay.
Wanted to be cool, try to be cool.
I did the same.
Yeah, it was was liquor right away, and I just was trying to make friends.
Yeah.
And
I see.
it was growing up in a community where I was too dark to fit in with the whites, because I was Native American,
Yeah.
and then then I talked different. I grew up in Aberdeen, so they called me a white girl, an apple.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was just trying to make it fit in with the Native Americans. I was trying to fit in with the whites, and then a lot of drinking was going on. So.
Yeah. I see.
So that's where that started. It progressed pretty fast for me too, and then but I experienced a lot of some trauma right away during my drinking. I had lost a boyfriend when I was about 16 years old. His name is Brian Scott Zephyr. I called him Scotty, and he had passed away in an alcohol-related car accident, and so that really sent me over the edge, and I was in treatment again, drinking, just everything. I had a lot of guilt, a lot of shame. I felt a lot of, a lot of that trauma was like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for me, he would be still alive, you know, because he was on his way to come see me. So
Oh, so you kind of blamed yourself.
yeah,
Or you did blame yourself.
yeah, I
for
blamed
his-
myself a lot, and a lot of people did that
Right.
the same thing too. If it wasn't for you, you wouldn't have come, you know.
Wow.
So, you know, teenage years were pretty rough for me.
Yeah.
You know, but during my 12th grade, I overcame a lot. I sobered up. I went to
How'd you sober up? You just.
all my friends went to treatment.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, and so because after the accident, my parents like literally grounded me, took away everything. I was only to go to school, and I was on strict probation, only go to school and come home. So and
Yeah.
I transferred to Mobridge, and there was like zero friends after his passing. It was like I had zero friends,
So
you
you
know.
just started over.
Yep, started over, and it was a new school, you know, back to Mobridge. I was attending Wapala at the time, so nobody, you know, just no friends. I just totally had it was just me, and you know, I really, my parents really got involved and were really worried about me. So and I was struggling in school, so I had to take on extra credits. So it was school, homework, and I really pushed myself to graduate. And because by the time, you know, mid-semester came, they said you weren't going to graduate. So if you don't take all these credits, then you're going to have to do 12th grade over. So I really pushed myself to. So I know that I am capable of amazing things, because that year I took on like 4 extra credits or 4 extra classes, you know, extra credit classes. So with that, I graduated. My friends did come back finally from treatment, and because it was that was very traumatic for a lot of us, and so we came back. You know, I started working, and I had my first son at 19. He was born with a club foot, and he required a lot of medical care in Minneapolis. So
Yeah.
I started working doubles. I worked hard to make sure that he had the best medical care that he could, you know, that I could give him. And so we would go out to Minneapolis about every 2 weeks, and so for his foot care. And my drinking was really on the low there. I was focused on getting him better and focused on making sure we had transportation out there. So after getting him better, I started working up. I came up here at 48, and I started working at the casino, and I fell in hard with the drinking class there, and the working class, drinking class, and pretty soon my son was with my mother more, and she worked at a treatment center, so she knew, you know, she knows. She told me, Tia, this job, chasing that money, is going to cost you, you know, your life, and it's either, you know, you have a son to think about. Is that money and that job more important than your son? And so I really had a spiritual awakening that day, and I really said, I remember that day, because I looked at myself, and I just said, you know, God, I don't know who I am without drinking, so you're going to have to make me quit drinking.
Wow.
And exactly a week later, I wrapped my car around a light pole.
Wow.
Yeah, electric pole, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you get hurt pretty bad?
Really bad, yep.
Wow.
I was in a hospital for a month. I broke 3 ribs, punctured my lung, I broke my pelvis. I had to walk with, you know, those crutches like Forrest Gump, you know. So I was in hospital for a month, and when I woke up, I didn't know if I killed anybody. I didn't know if I had my son with me. And so he stopped me dead in my tracks, and I reached out to my higher power, God, and I asked him, and Creator, I asked him to remove that desire to drink.
Yeah.
And he did. He had removed that desire to drink, but, you know, not working the program, I still had alcoholic behaviors, and I picked up dropped one addiction for another. I was, you know, obviously in a lot of pain and had a lot of pain, so I picked up pain medication abuse, and I started abusing my pills, and then after those ended, I started, you know, picked up gambling. Anything, I'm an addict, so I picked up anything, and so I started gambling a lot.
The addictive mindset.
Yeah, the addictive mindset, man, it got me good. It's you know, without working a program, I know that I will pick up any addiction. I can't even watch Netflix without binging, you know.
Yeah.
So I really I'm saying mindful about what I do, because I don't want to indulge. Because if I indulge, then that addictive personality comes in full effect. So I really monitor that really good these days, because I don't want to live in that addictive mindset anymore.
Yep.
And so after that,
I had a question before you go on.
Oh, yeah.
So remember you asked God to change,
remove the desire,
or like
to drink.
and then he I don't know, it sounded like he answered your prayers by getting you into a horrific accident.
Mm-hmm.
So today, are you mindful of your prayers?
Yes,
of
very.
Not to ask because you will receive, kind
Yes,
of thing?
yes, I'm very mindful of
Isn't that crazy?
watch what I ask for. Yep, because
I've learned that too, going through recovery. It's like, because I was told by my brother Kyle, I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to Kyle. He said, don't pray for, what did he say? Don't pray for courage, or don't pray for strength. Yeah, don't pray for strength. I mean, it sounds good and all when you pray for it, but he said God's going to put something in your life where you're going to need that strength. Yeah. You know, unfortunately, it might be a death or something bad, but he's like, God will give you that strength to get through that situation, so be careful what you pray for, because God is powerful. And I was like, wow. So I still remember that, like when I pray, you know, I'm mindful of what I say in the morning. When my morning prayer, I just pray for simple things now, you know?
Yes, exactly.
That's cool you brought that up, because it's scary how powerful prayer is.
It is. My mother taught me that too. Yeah. You know, she really taught me how to pray and be really mindful of what you say and what you ask for, because God will give it to you. Right. And He will give you those reasons. If you ask for patience, He's going to give you a situation or people in your life to have patience with. And so I'm really mindful of trying to be attentive to my patience, to my strength that I need. You know, I know it's all within me, so I try not to ask for situations that I'm not ready to handle. Yeah. And so I met my after that I was done drinking. A year later, because now that we talk about asking God for things, I was a year into sobriety, working, doing things good. I was doing really well, actually. I was happy sober, building family relationships with my mother, my sister. It was just great. And so, I was lonely, and I was just, my son was 4 years old, and I had asked God, send me somebody. Yeah. Please send me somebody that will, that I don't have to go look for, that will chase me and I don't have to chase, or that will come to me. Send me somebody that will enhance me, that will love me and accept my son. Yeah. And exactly an hour later, I met the love of my life.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yes, God is awesome. He answers. He blessed me with Robert White Spirit. He gave me 4 beautiful. He claimed my son. He called him his own, and then we had 3 beautiful children after that. Yeah. Darren, Zacchaeus, and Rayliana. And we had a beautiful 9 years together, and without being, it was beautiful. It was great. But we slipped into addiction, and I asked, I'm very spiritual. I like to pray. I do, even when I'm, living my best life, I ask God to, help me get me out of those situations. And God was very attentive about me following lead, and I had disobeyed Him, because the man is the leader of our family. He's the head of the family. His decision goes by all, and I didn't listen, and I continued to use meth behind his back, and
secretly, huh?
Secretly, yeah. And he said, no more. We're done. This is getting out of control. And I had started secretly using behind his back, and I seen my family slowly fall apart after that. And now that I can have sober eyes, I can look back and I seen how my actions, was that start right there was the fall of our, the separation, started separating our family. And so
have you been through the steps today?
Yes, I'm actually working on step 4. I'm working on my step 4 right now. I'm working with a sponsor, and
now this might be too personal of a question, but is he on your list?
He is on my
Is he?
list. Yes,
Yeah.
yep,
So
he is.
is your guys' relationship good today, or is
He had passed away.
Oh, no way! I'm sorry to hear.
No, it's okay.
So
it's
you can
okay.
still pray and make that
Yep,
amends.
yes,
Huh?
I do.
Yeah.
I make amends
Wow.
to.
I suppose you
him.
were getting to that, huh?
Yep,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
yep.
Carry on. I'm sorry.
Nope, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, we fell deep into addiction of methamphetamine, and our family, slowly, because that's what drugs do. That's what addictions do. It tears your family apart. It comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And it destroyed our family. He had left in 2019, and so that him leaving was very devastating for me and the children.
Yeah.
We both fell deep into addiction. His a little worse than mine, I guess. Obviously because he had passed away from what do they call it? Downer and upper mix.
Oh, like
and,
a cocktail.
Yeah, a cocktail, and
Dang.
it was his last.
Yeah.
So, his addiction fell a little bit worse than mine. After his death, mine got 10 times worse. I
Yeah.
picked up drinking again. I was sober for 13 years. When he passed away on March 13th, 2001 or 2021, and that was really devastating because he was on his way. I had prayed hard, and how I'm very like I said, I pray a lot, and so that week. I don't even, and this is how awesome God is too, because a month before he had passed, I had made my amends with him, talked to him, and made my amends. I took accountability in my actions, my part in how the separation of our family and what I did, and he had laughed because he's like, are you dying, Tia? And I was like, no, I just wanted to make things right, and God had given me the opportunity to make things right with him, let him know that how I was sorry for everything I had done in our relationship, and for me that that was a lot. I don't know why. I do know why. God knows.
That's
God,
powerful.
that was all God. And before he had died, I had this prayer on my heart. Have mercy on our children. Have mercy on our children. I prayed that every day, all day, and I had no idea why until he had passed, and I realized that was why God put that on my heart to pray that for my children. And so. That was very devastating for us. I picked up drinking after he had passed. I knew that I tried to get as high as I could, but it just wasn't happening. So I picked up drinking again, and I spent 3 years in a deep, dark addiction filled, not wanting to, hoping that my last drink or my last high would be my last. I always commended myself for being a good mother, but even during that dark 3 years, I had just stopped being a mom. I couldn't even be a mom. I left him with my sister, and I just I said, they need you, and you need them, and I can't be anything right now but a addict and a drunk right now.
A lot of us try to fill that void with substances.
And I was really a ugly person. I just wanted better for my children. And after things happened for us to get back on track. I know that my sister had passed, and that was my wake up call. I need to get back to reality. And so I had come home here to Fort Yates, where my home is my children. Wherever they are, that's home. And so I'd come home to them, and was able. It was crazy about the whole thing is I was so scared that they would be angry with me. And the minute they seen me, they were so happy, so happy.
Mom's back.
Yes, and I was like, this is what I was scared of, love and actually love. I was scared of love, and that's how crazy the addiction is. It works in your it just plays against everything, and
we live that fear-based life.
Yes.
The world's out to get us.
And so that year I had tried. 2023, I tried to get sober. I'd fall at least monthly, and
Now, what do you mean tried? What did you do?
Just
on your own? White knuckling it?
Yeah, white knuckling it. Not only use, because I wanted to be a better mother, and trying to sit still after a year of running for myself was just, it was like, oh my God, I didn't know how to even do that, and I was almost, going crazy trying to sit still, and so, and I got tired of saying sorry.
Oh, that,
got tired, so
me too.
tired of saying sorry. You know,
Yeah.
so I used to I had to live my own words because they say if you're sorry, then don't do it. Actually,
Right.
just show me that you're sorry.
Exactly. Prove to me,
So,
huh?
yes, exactly. So I had to live my own words, and I without saying anything to anybody, I picked up that 1,000-pound phone, and I called out to the treatment center, and I asked
Here
for email.
in
Yep,
Fort
yep.
Yates?
The treatment
Awesome.
center.
Shout
and,
out to them.
Shout out to them, and much love and condolences for Mike Little Bear. He is the one that helped me he helped push things along for me to get into treatment because I've known him my whole life too. So shout out to Mike and much love and respect to him. And I got my eval. And it was crazy how the whole thing worked out because I was like, they were like, oh, you're in treatment this. I was like, yeah, it's Thursday, I'm leaving. And they're like, Tia, you're gonna have to, we're gonna take you Monday. I was like, okay, well, on Monday we're gonna go. Then I call again. They said Thursday. Okay, well, Thursday I'm leaving again. And then they're like, then pretty soon my kids are like, you're not going, are you? And I was like, I am, I promise I am. And finally in December 2020, 23, I left for treatment and at PRC, a partial recovery center. And they gave me the they planted seeds that I recovery. Unfortunately, I had went back out just to see if I missed it, and I didn't miss nothing. And
What'd you do? Go drink?
No, I had. I
meth?
see. Look at this. Is how ugly addiction is. I knew I was leaving for treatment, and I had hit a bag for myself.
Oh.
And oh man, I was cleaning I was like 4 months into recovery, and I was doing the damn thing. Oh, sorry, excuse me, but I was doing things, and I was cleaning up, and I had found it, and I stashed it somewhere I would never ever have thought I had stashed it, and I sat there for 3 hours without even picking up the phone or thinking of I sat there. I guess maybe the relapse. They say the relapse happens before it even happens.
Yeah.
The thinking. So. Yeah, I ended up doing it. I spent a few months in addiction, active addiction again.
Went back out. Huh?
Yeah, went back out. Haze, and it happens. So
happens.
I knew that I longed. I looked at myself and I longed for sobriety. I just wish I wanted it so bad, and I knew that I couldn't do it here. I had to do it in a structured environment. So I got myself back into treatment. I reached out, and they got me back into PRC, Prairie Recovery Center.
Yeah.
And somebody had said to me, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. Well, what are you gonna do different this time? And man, that I was like, first I wanted to get mad. I was like, what do you mean? I'm here,
Yeah.
And so
I did enough. I'm here.
I'm doing it,
Right.
But that's the truth, though. I didn't. What am I gonna do different?
Yeah.
So and I heard my daughter crying for me, missing me. She said, "You sound better. Can't you just come home?" But I knew I wasn't ready, and I knew that I had to dig deep. I dealt with my obviously my traumas were the deaths and the loss of my family.
Yeah.
And so I told myself I'm gonna do the steps. I always make it to, I say I'm gonna do the steps. I get a sponsor, and then nothing ever really catches traction. But today I'm living. I have a sponsor. I'm working with a sponsor. I check in with her every day. We talk all day. We talk about little things, big things. I share my wins. I share my losses with her. I pray with her. She gets me out of my comfort zone. She helps me get to do new things. She wants me to do new things. I am working the steps with her, and I'm working at our own pace. And today I'm building beautiful relationship with my children.
Yeah.
I call this is my still season because I get to sit still with my children. I get to rebuild those bonds. I get to earn their trust back, and that's something that is I feel honored to be able to be in their lives still, and that Creator thought that I am strong enough to be a single mother to them, and I know that I have Robert's help. Every day, he's always with me.
That's awesome.
He showed up.
You can feel him, huh?
Yes, he does. He showed up at Prairie Rose Recovery.
Yeah.
Somebody came up to me and gave me a butterfly, and that's how he always lets me know he's there. And he's with. We have four amazing children,
Mm-hmm.
and God has just been so gracious and so loving, and He allows me to be a mother and a friend, and allows me to wake up sober. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I am blessed. I really am, and I'm thankful to be a part of recovery. Because many times I shouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
Obviously, and
You're here for a reason.
Yep, and I get to share my story. If
Yeah.
it helps anybody, if anything helps you, that just know that God is real. He is always working. He hears you. He sees your heart, and just reach out.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I got. That's what I
Plant
got.
that seed
It's
of
fun.
hope.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Okay, so what was the deciding factor that enough was enough for you? I know because you mentioned you always had reservations. You
Mm-hmm.
always like, oh, I got that bag at home, but this last time I was like, you're not like I need to do this, but like, what happened? I mean, you're like, F it.
Okay.
What was that point?
It was my children. A lot of people lose their children through courts or through family or whatever, but my children, I was losing them in the worst way
Yeah.
emotionally possible.
Yeah.
Because they were done. They were just done.
Were they mad?
They were just done at my addiction.
Oh, they didn't believe you no more.
They got a taste of my sobriety.
Like, Mom, you tried to sober up before, and you're not gonna get it sober. Like you said, you're not
like,
going nowhere.
Yeah,
That's
you're just
what
like
they
this. They're like losing like their respect, their trust.
Oh, okay, and that hurt.
That really hurt.
I bet, yeah.
They were just done. Sorry, just ain't gonna cut it anymore. You gotta show us now.
Yeah, prove to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've said this a million times.
A million
We've
and
heard
one.
this a million times. Mom.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yep. Children are so powerful, man.
They are
It's
good
crazy.
medicine. They are the best medicine. They are healing. They help me heal every day. I'm just grateful. Like I said, I feel honored to be able to be in their lives still. And for them want me to be in their lives.
Yeah. So another question is, how do you stay consistent with your higher power?
I pray every day.
You pray?
Every morning I do my third step prayer, then I do my prayers, and then my prayers consist of praying for my children, praying for my our recovery community, praying for all the addicts and alcoholics that still suffer.
Yeah.
Pray for my family who are still, a lot of them are sober, but a lot of them still have, the mentality of a alcoholic or addict. Nothing has changed. They're just sober, and so I pray for. I just spend a lot of time in prayer.
Mm-hmm. So how did you find or believe in a higher power?
It was I don't know, as a little girl, it was always been in my life. It was my foundation growing up. Church was a must.
Oh, you guys went to church growing up?
Yep, church was a must. And I've known he's.
So you always know there was a
Yes.
higher being there.
Yep.
Driving us.
I was always kind of a little, loner kid, because so I started really believing that, because I would talk to my higher power, because
Okay.
so I just knew, I always knew that there was someone greater than me
Yeah.
out there.
Awesome. So what would you say to the newcomer out there?
I would say keep coming back. It does get better. It does get better. Your life, your family, this world needs you. Obviously, this world needs you. You're here for a reason, and we're coming into these rooms, are coming, looking for something better. Chase that. You chase that want, chase that need. You want to be. There's something better out there for you, because obviously you want to recovery, because you are new. You're here. There's something better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I was thinking that too. There is a way out.
Mm-hmm.
Because like your story is similar to mine. Like I just hit so many walls. And it's like, man, there's got to be a better way. So I just F it. I just threw in the towel. I don't care. I just lost everything. I went to treatment with clothes given to me and just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I went to treatment with nothing. It was crazy. But you guys all heard my story out there, and if you want to hear my story, go back and check it out in the videos. Just kidding. But anyway, so what's next for you in recovery?
What's next for me? I am active part of Res Recovery. I like to go and support.
Shout out to them.
Yep, shout out to Res Recovery. I like to go support their events. I just what's next for me today? I'm heading to a meeting tonight.
Are you?
Yep, Recovery Rockers. So check out Recovery Rockers at 6 p.m. at the Red Church, Episcopal Church.
Awesome. How's that meeting going? I mean,
It's going really good. It's I'm part of the group conscience. That's another thing. I get
tonight's
to be
group conscience?
Yep. I get to be a part of that. That's amazing. I'm that's my home group. I love the women that come to. I love everybody that comes. I just what's next is I really want to spread the word. It's amazing if I can make it out of addiction, then you can too.
yeah,
I know that.
we all can, huh?
Yes, and I want to make I've seen those 2% sweaters or whatever. What is it, 2%?
2%?
Yeah, I know that we can raise that number if we just get to work.
Right.
So that's what my goal is, just to raise awareness that there is help, there is hope, and there is strength in numbers.
There's a way out, huh?
There is a way out. There's always a way out. If God will, if you're in a situation and you find just your way to one of these rooms or in a video or anything, that obviously that is you're finding a way out.
Mm-hmm.
There's hope.
So obviously you've grown up with the church in your home,
Mm-hmm.
like you believed in God. My question for you is, do you believe in energies?
I do.
Do you, like,
I do,
fully?
yeah,
I mean, did that
yeah.
become more aware as you became more clean and sober?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Like, how so?
Well, even in active addiction, I could feel. I always felt like I didn't fit in, or my
okay.
energy was like just off. It was like.
So you had a different purpose
Yeah.
before
Yes.
you put that
Yeah,
drug in you, or
yes,
that drink in you.
yes.
You're like, man, this ain't me. But you did it anyway.
Yes.
Because you're an
yes,
addict alcoholic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
awesome.
do. I feel like I feel people, and I know
Yeah.
sometimes whenever I come across someone who is hurting or whatever, I know that my energy or my positivity or my hope and love and care is sometimes it gets depleted,
Yeah.
around but that's okay. If you need it, you can take
That's
you can
awesome.
take it, yeah,
That's what I believe in too. Energies. I mean, it's just weird. Like,
it is.
the more it became more clear-minded, just the years that I accustomed to recovery. It's like I didn't remember my last drink. My problem was alcohol. When I first sobered up, I didn't remember my last drink. But going on my third year in recovery, I remembered my last drink. I even remembered the exact time I took my last shot. Because maybe I finally gave it away. I don't know. That's just a question that'll be answered, down the line as I keep trudging through the mud. But it's weird. I remember that last drink. And it was just like, what the hell? Okay, now I remember. Thank you, God. Because before I didn't care.
Yep.
It's like I'm in this recovery, doing these steps. I got to do this work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
It's all. I'm really loving this journey that I'm on, because it's not just one clear path for me. It's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more to be. And I'm just trying to check boxes, but a goal I set for myself is to work through the steps, and the spiritual growth that I'm on is the spiritual journey I'm on is really enlightening. I believe in energies. I know that I am here for a reason. I know that I have good medicine. I know that I I just know.
Yeah.
It's a no now, and I really am enjoying this recovery. It's beautiful.
So how do you, like for me, I just do it 24 hours at a time. Like, is that how you do it too? Or
Yeah.
how was your day? Is like, do you...
It's 24 hours a day.
You believe in that too?
Yep. And because I put on a meditation frequency, meditations
Yep.
for myself at night, because the enemy is always lurking.
Yep.
So I would make sure that I'm protected at night, and that I'm learning while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
That my spiritual my spirit's being fed too, as well as my
Yeah.
physical and my emotional and my recovery.
Yeah.
It's all, there's so many aspects of it. It's beautiful. And once you get a clear mind, it's amazing, because
Yeah.
you start seeing so much more that than this physical plane. There's so much
Yeah.
more. Yeah,
There's a
when they
whole-
say there's levels, there is levels
Yeah.
to this. So
Isn't that weird too? Like the world, the earth is like polarized.
yeah.
So it's just like there's a whole different perspective of, I don't know, it's just weird. As I sobered up, my eyes are wide open to all that now.
Exactly.
Before I didn't give a shit,
No,
I was
did
worried
not.
about gas in my car and if I had, food in my fridge. But now
Exactly.
it's just like, wow, it's not like I'm saying I got my recovery in check. I'm still a struggling addict, alcoholic, but
Exactly.
I don't have to drink and use just for one day at a time.
And I really do believe, like, it's so awesome how how Creator provides, how God provides every day, so you don't have to go out and revert to your old ways of hustling or whatever, just to put a meal on the table.
Right. Exactly.
And He provides. It's beautiful. It really is to be able to be in recovery. It's a blessing.
That's awesome. Cool. Do you have any shout outs there before we end the video?
And shout out to my sponsor, Nikki's. Shout out to my kids, Darren, Zacchaeus, Rayliana, and Tucson. And shout out to my family. I love you guys.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Sister
Thank
Tia.
you.
Thank you for your
dears,
time.
of course.
If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jay Rizzo. I am an alcoholic in recovery. The channel is The Recovery Warrior. If you happen to be scrolling YouTube or Facebook, check them out. I'm here to help. We are here to help. I want to thank you again, Tia, for coming on.
Of course.
Awesome. I was seeing you. We will be, I don't know, hitting meetings, doing the thing. Right now it's really cold in North Dakota.
It is, yeah.
It's like negative 22
Yeah.
right now, and I don't know. Hopefully it's over with, but more videos to come, you guys. More people coming on, more brothers and sisters. We're going to be hitting conventions. We're just going to be wheels on the road, just burning rubber. So just hang tight. I thank you guys for all the subscriptions that you've been, I see the subscriptions. So, if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. That's all on you. But, I appreciate everybody's views. And I appreciate your guys' support on The Recovery Warrior. I'm getting more merch this summer. Probably this spring I'll have shirts. Stickers are on the way. Oh yeah, I was going to show... I have a Bill W plan, and I gifted Tia one. See, it's a little Bill W plan. If you guys don't know what the Bill W plan is, Google it. I gave a few brothers and sisters here in Standing Rock the Bill W plan. It's an awesome concept. So Google the Bill W plan if you guys don't know what that is. All right. So with that, we will pass. Love you, and have a good day. Bye.